seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, folks, welcome to the show. I'm hoping this is working properly. I've got a new, as you can see, a new device here. I've got a new headset, and in this new virtual studio that we're in here. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm James White, your host. This is a little bit odd for me here, doing it this way. I'm used to having the headset on and the microphone, but we're gonna work with it. I hope this is coming through loud and clear. We're on Blog Talk Radio as well. We're just getting some of this stuff lined back up again here, folks. I've redone both of my studios on both sides here. I've turned them both basically into studios. We're hoping to have JD Hall here on the broadcast today. We're going to start this Zoom meeting here and bring him in when he comes on. Interesting. Okay. This is the first time I've really launched Zoom on this new machine here. So again, thanks for joining me here today. I'm your host, James White. This is Montana Gazette Radio. We have some openings and stuff that we had professionally done that have just arrived. I haven't had a chance to view them yet, to see, to hear them yet, to hear what they sound like. But we're going to incorporate those into the show when the time comes. I wish I could get a little bit of feedback here. Maybe if I can log into Facebook, I can get some feedback on here to see if people can hear me. There's not many people tuning in, and it doesn't surprise me because I haven't been broadcasting for a couple of weeks because I have been trying to get this studio connected here. I hope you like the new virtual studio that we got going on. We should be broadcasting live on. We should be broadcasting live right now on. Let's see here. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I did have an open mic there. Thanks, Tim. So it sounds like I can hear it on the Facebook. So it sounds like it is coming through. That's great. Great news. Okay, so as you can see, we have a little bit of a new kind of a setup here going on. I'm still learning some of these things here. I've got some two really bright lights right in front of me. You probably can't see them, but they're like huge. One's like right up here, and one's right in front of me here. My friend Greg sent me over some high quality studio professional lights, and I can't tell you how delighted I am that I can't tell you how delighted I am for him to send me these things. I wish there's some way I could flip this camera around and take it and do it. Maybe I'll do it next time. I'll turn my other. I got a couple of webcams up here. Been having some issues with some. I'm waiting for a hub here, a powered hub to come in, so I can get a little bit better connection on this USB because there's a lot of stuff going into this machine. Three cameras. I got another camera that's linked up over there across the other side of the room, or on the other, over there on the other. What's the word I'm looking for? On the other office, and it's going to be it's I green screened that wall over there, so it's going to be a regular studio. So thanks so much for joining me here again. Kind of getting back into the swing of things here. We're going to be having meetings supposedly this week. We hope that we're going to be linking up with the folks over there in Great Falls and Helena to get my broadcast on their show. We'll be broadcasting at 5 p.m. normally. That'll be our normal broadcast time, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. each weeknight. And I meant to put the each weekday. I meant to put the number of the call-in number up here for the blog talk. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I can take calls still here, but we're not really ready to do that yet. But I can probably put them on here really quick. Actually, I think I can add it to this. Let me see if I can do that. I think I can. So see if I can put in call in line 516 418 5884. So that would be the call-in line. That would be the new call-in line. You can mark that down. If you want to call into the show and speak to me, you can. Same rules apply here on this call-in line as it did on all my other call-in lines. You don't have to agree with myself or anybody that I have on the broadcast. That's okay. just please be respectful when you call in, and don't use curse words. We're not really a cursing show, I guess you could say. So we're going to talk about some news items here today. As a matter of fact, I've been totally for the last 2 weeks completely renovated both sides of my office here. As I said, I've been up overnight a couple of times, worked all through the night, literally 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Let's see, I better close this down here. But I tell you, that's the only thing that sucks. Well, I guess it's not too bad. I don't really like to ding in too much, but there's not much you can do. So we're going to talk about JD Hall is rolling through Montana this week. This is a big week for Montana. JD Hall is going to be traveling across the country, or across the state, I should say, be in many locations. I'm going to be bringing that up here in a minute, and we're delighted to have him here in Kalispell. He'll be here tomorrow. So what we're going to be able to do with the other studio over there, I don't even know if, is that camera plugged in over there? I don't know if it is. Let me check real quick and see if that camera is plugged in over there. No, it's not. So I was going to show you what was going on next door, but the camera's not plugged in. At any rate, I've got I painted the next door. I painted the wall green and got a couple of chairs in there, and we can do. I'm going to get a couple of bar stools. It's going to be elevated up, and we're going to be able to have regular in studio interviews there. It's going to be pretty cool. Just a lot of work, folks, getting everything together and combining everything, and still got to do show openings and got to get a show clock, get all the commercials plugged in and all that stuff. You don't really realize how much work there is to do until you actually start doing it, and you realize, wow, it is a it's quite an endeavor. It's okay. I'm learning stuff as I go along, and that's okay. I just sometimes I wish I could figure some of these things out a little bit quicker because I'm starting from ground zero on several of these things, which kind of sucks. But again, what are you going to do? You just have to do it, right? So we're in perilous times, and we'll talk about that and other things here in a minute. Okay, so let's if we can here, we may have JD Hall contacting us here, coming in, connecting. Do I have the Zoom started here? Let me make sure that I do. I sure hope I do. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it didn't launch. Huh. Wonder why the Zoom meeting isn't launching. Looks like it should be launched. Interesting. Don't know why it's not launching. Let me see here. Let me turn on the Zoom meeting here. Give me a second. I thought this was already started. I guess not. No, I had to download a stupid client. That's what it was. Because I haven't done Zoom on this particular computer before. This is a new system, a new setup, and everything for the show. So that's why I haven't got this. Why this isn't working. Sorry, folks. Again, we're trying to work things out here as we go along. I don't know where this darn Zoom thing is. Why I can't launch this meeting. Interesting. So we'll have to see why this isn't working here. Let's see if maybe I have to download some client or something. Never ends. It's just constant. Okay, so I don't see anything here. So I'm not sure why the Zoom meeting is not launching. It seems like it should be, but it's not for some reason. I don't know why. So I'll never be able to have JD Hall on the show if the Zoom meeting doesn't start. So let's just see if I can do this. No, let's not do that. Well, anyway, we're hoping that we get, let's see. So we're hoping we can get JD Hall on the line here. Again, I don't know why this Zoom is not working properly, but that's, again, folks, I mean, I appreciate you once again helping me figure this stuff out, because I just don't, I'm trying to, meetings, let's see. Why can't we join it here? Huh, interesting. Well, for some reason it's just not loading, and apologize about that. I'm trying to get JD on, but we're going to talk about what he's got going on anyway. So frustrating, sucks. It frustrates. It's very frustrating when things don't work like they're supposed to. Looks like we actually have somebody calling in. Can you believe that? Hold on, caller. If you're hearing me here, hold on a second. I'm trying to get this Zoom meeting launched, and oh, there it is. Just give me a second here. All right. Boy, caller, hold on a minute. I'll come in. I'll join your call here in a second. Give me a minute, and I'll be with you here. And I will be with you in a moment. All right. So let's change things up here. Let me take this call and see if I can bring the caller in. It'd be a nice test. Caller, are you there?
Are you talking to me?
I am. Wow. Hey, first. Hey, first name and where you're calling from, please.
Okay, my name is Leela,
Hi, Leela.
and I'm calling from. Hi, James. I've been listening to you for a long time, and I'm really liking you, my friend.
Well, thank you. Sorry about the mix-up here. I'm trying.
Your station.
Well, I'm trying to.
See, you're doing a great job. And if you need anybody like to kind of do the texting thing with you, I'm down for that. Okay,
Oh yeah,
whatever. Because
yeah.
I'm watching you on I'm watching you on Facebook, and I'm also talking to you and stuff on my phone.
Great, fantastic. I appreciate you calling in.
Anyway, yeah. Yes. Okay. So what I wanted to talk, just kind of give you a little news update that I heard this morning happened in some place called Browning, Montana.
Browning. Okay, yeah.
The news I got from the Blackfeet Reservation. Did you get that, James?
I did. Yeah, I did. Okay, so I'm hearing here that what I'm hearing here is that we're getting some. We're not. People are not hearing you, unfortunately, here. And again, I'm just. No, no, you're good. I'm just trying to figure out here. I'm trying to figure out the settings here. No, no, I can hear you. I'm just trying to get it piped through. The problem is it's not getting piped through to the folks. So I'm gonna have to figure out that. I'm gonna have to work on that. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Because if you want to just kind of check on what I just told you,
yeah.
I got this from a very reputable person, I would say, that has relatives up there on a place called the Blackfeet Reservation in Browning, Montana.
Okay.
And her grandson told her this, that in the tribal chairman of the Blackfeet Reservation, chemical. At first, I thought she said mom. I said, mom. But she said, no, it's chemicals like that could blow up one or two blocks. She said. She could say that her son told her BC 3 4 or something like that. BC, I don't know, the dash before. But that's how she explained it to me, right? And so she said, and I've been trying to call up there, but she said her relatives.
Uh,
So I just wanted to, this is in Browning, Montana. Where are you at, James?
I'm in Kalispell. I'm in Kalispell.
See,
Yeah, but I tell you what, we can't get.
how far is that?
Go ahead. From Browning, it's about 2 hours away. No, it's okay. It's about 2 hours away. About 2 hours away to Browning from
Okay,
here.
so I just wanted to tell you that sounds pretty serious to me. So even wherever you are, you're in Montana, if there's some kind of shit like that going on, somebody needs to check on that.
I will do that. Thanks so very much. I appreciate you calling in. I'm gonna go ahead and.
Great job. I love your studio. Go on with your show. Tell them how your studio is.
Thanks, sweetheart. I appreciate
It's
it.
fantastic.
Please call back when I get all the phone stuff working. Leela, thanks, Leela. Thanks so
Okay,
much.
and if you need a backup to check things, call my phone. You got my number.
You got it. You got it. Thanks so much. Okay, folks. Sorry about that. We didn't. I didn't realize that we couldn't hear the. I didn't think about that part because I took it off the mixer, and I'm using the. I'm just using the audio here from this headset here. So I can see that I'm not going to be able to take callers, which means I'm not going to be able to take JD Hall's call when he calls in because it will just not, there won't be any audio on his end. I was getting some horrendous feedback on the I was getting some horrendous feedback on my mixer here, and I didn't understand. I mean, it was just bad. It's like it was bad, really really bad, and I didn't understand why, and I couldn't figure it out in time. So I just popped in these headsets, which means I can't do callers until I get this mixer fixed because there's no way to pipe to inline the audio from the Blog Talk Radio into the show. So we just won't be doing calls today, and that's okay. We appreciate Leah calling in when she did, and we're gonna get that fixed. Just if you saw the back, if you see in the videos I sent out, you should see the back of this desk that I'm sitting at here. It's like a tangled mess of computer wires and everything, and I've got stuff wired all around. Again, you can't see these two giant lights that I have sitting up here, but they're quite large and they're shining like right on my face, which is fine. It's not really that bad, actually. I think my glasses maybe even start tinting up because it's so bright. But at any rate, so it looks like we're not going to be able to have JD Hall in. I can't think of a way to pipe him in here right away to do this. I can't think of a way to do it here. I'm trying to think of how I can get him in the show, but I don't think I can, not properly. So unfortunately, we're going to not have to have him in today. And I just don't understand why I'm having these issues, but I'm going to go ahead and get it fixed. I'm going to figure it out some way. I'll figure it out. I don't know how yet, but I will. And we'll get it all straightened out here soon. Okay, so let's talk if we can about boy, that's a weird one. Let's talk if we can about some of the things going on here in the news. And again, I haven't even really looked at any of these articles yet. So this is going to be, some of these are going to be new to me as well. But let's take a look at some of the stories. And I see it's just kind of cool here. I hooked it up so I can actually, my little pictures here is in the bottom. These are some of the things I'm learning how to do. It's too bad I don't have the phone lines turned on. That sucks. I really like taking phone calls. That's one of the things we're going to be doing regularly, is taking phone calls for sure when we have the broadcast, when we get the live broadcast going. And I believe that we are, I think just about everybody, everything is in place now. I'm pretty sure everything's in place now for the big broadcast to kick off here shortly. My show won't be ready right away. We're going to run on the network KHDN 1230 AM there in the Billings market. We're going to run that pretty quickly. We're going to run that right away within the next couple of days, and then my show will come afterwards when I get all of the stuff that worked out, all the kinks worked out. This program that we're using now here is the old XSplit. It's not the new Wirecast. I've got to call into the Wirecast support team, try to get some things straightened out, but we're going to charge forward regardless. Again, my shows will not be at noon. They'll be at 5 p.m., but I'm having this show today at noon because I want to talk about JD Hall and what he's got going on here this week coming to town. So let me jack this up a little bit here. Oop, really didn't want to do that. I don't know how that happened, but anyway, let's go back here to the beginning if we can. But that's the one thing about having so many monitors. It's getting yourself, finding your mouse. Isn't that something? This seems like it's on the wrong side. Interesting. Okay, so let's get back here. All right, Zero Hedge. If you haven't been to Zero Hedge, it's a really good site, and I would highly suggest it. I go there pretty much every day and check out stuff. It's got real news. So let's talk about some of the things going on at Zero Hedge. Again, I haven't seen any of these stories until now because I just have been so busy trying to get these audio issues and everything figured out. Top rate in New York City would be 61.2%. I mean, for what? That's the question, right? Therein always lies the question. 61.2% for what? What do these people do? I don't think most of them ever really worked a day in their life. Okay, that's good. Hey, if anybody can let me know, they can hear my audio, right? Are you getting my audio, Tim? Okay, I hope I'm getting some audio from my end. At any rate, 61.2% tax. 61 cents out of every dollar They want you to pay them. Now that's on top of the taxes that you get regularly taxes if you buy a vehicle, or if anything else. Yeah, if anything else. Yeah, Jordan, I don't know if he can hear me or not, but he's texting me. I can't get him on here. I won't be able to get him on, unfortunately. I'm gonna have to figure out these audio issues, so I can't bring him on. Um, yeah, he's in the waiting room, but I'm gonna bring Jordan Hall on and just explain to him what's going on. So you won't be able to hear him, but I'm gonna bring him in. So let me bring him in here and let him know rather than trying to text him here. Okay, so let me pop this open here. Hey JD, you can hear me okay? Yes.
I can hear you okay. Give me a minute to get my video working. Hold on just a second.
Well, no, listen. Here's the issue. It's unfortunate, but I haven't. There was something wrong with. As you know, I've been trying to get this stuff set up and configured. The mixing board was getting feedback. It was so loud that I couldn't even. I had to turn the mic all the way down. It was like a loud shrill coming through my microphone. I can't figure out why I'm getting the feedback. I didn't have a chance to figure it out before the show. People can hear me talking right now, but they won't be able to hear you. That's the problem. I'm not running through the mixer now. I'm just running through a headset and a USB headset just so I could get on the air quickly. But I apologize, man. This just
You don't need me for this then. Push our event tonight
yep.
as much as possible. You did the article, which is still not published. Just publish it.
I just got to.
I'll publish it right now for you. I'll publish it. But you've got the info. It's at such and such place in Billings tonight.
Yep. I got it all lined up. I got it all lined up and ready to go. They're all. I got all the images ready to go. I'm gonna do that right now.
You don't need for me. You don't need that for me, and that saves me time. So go ahead.
So, sorry, buddy. Take care. We'll talk to you. Bye. Okay, there goes JD Hall. He's taken off because we can't hear him. So that sucks. But we'll have him on again here, loud and clear. Okay, so I'm loud and clear, but you can't hear my guest. You couldn't hear JD when he talked in. That's okay. We're gonna get that worked out, folks. And here's the thing, right? So this isn't even my quote unquote official relaunch of the show. This is just a show to kind of continue to reconnect and let you know that things are going on. If I could show you, and again, I will be able to next time. If I could show you kind of what's going on here, you'd understand how much work that's been going on here, renovating this office with the new. Now the great thing is when I get the other side done over there, we get that finished, almost finished, completely finished over there. So I can actually chroma key that over there as well. So I can have guests over there sitting like they're in Glacier Park or even in a studio like this or anything. So we're just trying to really make this as professional as possible. Now here's the rumor. Here's the rumor. I'm going to let this out of the bag right now. It's a rumor that I'm not really sure. We'll see how it turns out. But the rumor is I actually may wear a collared shirt and a button-down shirt and perhaps even a tie. I don't know. I don't know. It's floating around. The rumor's floating around, and we'll see if that goes through or not. I'm not really wearing a tie kind of guy, but I could see myself wearing a nice collared shirt, a polo shirt, or something like that. So probably what I'm going to do, step it up somewhat. I may go the full tie. I don't know. Haven't really decided yet. I've got so many other things I'm trying to work out between now and then that I really don't have time to worry about that currently. When the time comes to worry about that, I will. But it's not now. Okay, so we were talking about some of these things here, and this is great, by the way. This Stream Deck. If you're doing any broadcasting, see if I can get this up here. If you can see it, you probably can't see it because it's green screened out. But this is called a Stream Deck right here. Do you see all those buttons? Those buttons are all like a switcher, right? So you can see some of the words that are on there, right, on the buttons. You program these buttons, and it links up with this broadcast software. So when I want to go to the next image, right, if I want to go to the web, I hit that, and then it goes right to the web. Pretty cool. If you're doing any broadcasts or anything like that, or you can even use it. You can get the standard version, which is cheaper. This is the deluxe version. This is the max version. You can get a bunch of stuff on here. But if you just get the standard version, even for like common stuff that you do on your on your website, as far as opening programs, you open websites. And so I think you can program all that stuff in here to these on these buttons. So if you're going to do any broadcasting, it's called a Stream Deck, Elgato Stream Deck. Now, problem is they're out of stock. There's so many of them, people are buying them that you can't. I mean, they've been in back order for a long time. I got mine I got mine before the rush, thankfully. So I don't have that same issue, but a lot of people do. All right, let's take a look at a couple more of these stories here from Zero Hedge. Panel of scientists determined that most people don't need boosters, and Moderna plummets. Really? A panel of scientists need to make that decision, folks. We're in a sad state of affairs when it comes to science, so-called science in this country. I mean, what do you believe anymore? Do you understand that these people, the science favors whoever pays the most. Science favors whoever can pay the most. If this was another way to put that, that was more complex and I don't know, more sophisticated. But the fact of the matter is, that's the deal. you pay, you get the results you want. I mean, does this surprise you? Does this surprise you, the world that we're living in these days? Doesn't surprise me. So we have a panel of scientists saying we don't need boosters. Well, what about the natural immunity? Nobody ever talks about that. Did you guys see this? Did you see this video in France of the maskers and the anti-maskers? These glasses are just like filthy. I'm gonna have to get a little cleaning pad here and clean these glasses in the middle of the show. Sorry for that, but they're just, I don't know. I was doing some work and painting and stuff like that. I don't know. Anyway, so did you see the? Have you seen the? Did you see the fights going on in France between the maskers and the anti-maskers? I'm not talking about people standing on this other side of the street yelling at each other, holding signs. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about brawls. I'm talking about flat out brawls going on in France over the masking. It's fantastic. The maskers versus the anti-maskers. No, it's not fantastic that people are going to be getting in fist fights and beating each other down. I don't like that. But I do like the fact that people are standing up. That makes me very happy. I'm delighted for that. So we're going to keep an eye on France. Isn't it funny? The country that apparently is the bastion of liberty and freedom and the most greatest country in the world. And I'm not trying to bash on America, but we certainly the America that we're living in today. Yeah, this is we got some problems. We got some real problems, to say the least, that we have to deal with, and it's mainly in our management team. Which, I don't even really kind of call them that. I don't even know. The puppeteers, I don't know, the puppets. They're puppets, that's for sure. All right, let's check back here on the. I really dig this whole little popping over here and having a little image of myself. I know you guys are probably wishing I didn't have that, but. So I just got to find this. That's the one thing, man. I got 4 monitors, which I don't know, maybe too many, but right now I have 4, and we'll see how that works out. So we're in trouble. Taiwan could be in trouble. China threatens drastic action if Taiwan changes name of D.C. office. Will fly PLA jets directly over island. Now, here's the thing with China. China does a lot of jawboning. They do a lot of that. They do an awful lot of that. Are they formidable? Certainly. But Taiwan is no slouch. Taiwan, from what I understand, have nuclear weapons as well. So it's not like they're just going to be able to walk all over Taiwan without them having putting up a fight. Now, of course, we don't want to see this happen. We don't want world turmoil and death and destruction. And I would really hope as a society that we're looking to move more towards the other way, more away from that, from the conflict, from the constant strife. And you can see some blue screen bleeding through. It's my chair, really. You can see that's it's my chair. My chair doesn't. The chair's black, just like these headsets are black. So it's kind of weird. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. It actually looks better than I thought it was. I found another setting inside there that helped make it little bit better. But these lights are pretty bright. That's for sure. You can see the glow on my forehead. And my forehead there's more and more of it it seems like every week. There's more forehead. There's a lot of forehead. And there's not a lot of hair here either. So I guess that's what happens when you get older. So it is what it is, right? It is what it is. All right. Let's get over here to anything else we got going. Wow, this is a big one. I didn't see this until just now. This is a big story. Michigan healthcare system says workers with natural immunity don't need vaccines. According to this new research, there is increasing evidence that natural infection affords protection from COVID-19. I was just asking about that. I just said, hey, what about natural immunity? What do you know? What do you know? I hadn't even had a chance, as I said, folks, to even look at these stories. I'm looking at them for the first time here with you. You may have read this already. Michigan healthcare system says workers with natural immunity don't need vaccine. Wow. Wow. Now, Michigan, I'm from Michigan. Spent some time, sadly, at the University of Michigan healthcare system. And great people there. Ann Arbor, though, is no conservative place. And the University of Michigan health system is no conservative business. So for them to come out, and the reason I say that is, you don't have to be conservative to, have good sense about vaccines and that type of thing. But generally speaking, most of the people that are pushing it are not conservative. It is what it is, right? Eventually, we're going to get to the point where these labels, I don't think, are going to matter. I hope, I just cleaned these glasses and I got a speck on them or something already. It must be on the inside. Oh, that's not paint. Anyway, we need to get to a point in this nation where we stop being so divided. And I know it's difficult right now. It's a difficult thing because these people on the other side seem to want to harm you. They don't seem to want to just let things go. They don't seem to want to just let people have their own viewpoint and do their own thing, right? If everybody just let everybody do their own thing, and you did your thing, and I did my thing, and they did their thing, and everybody did their own thing, and their thing didn't infringe upon anybody else's thing, the old saying where, your rights end where my rights begin, right? So I got to remember to look at the camera. I look my picture of myself. I probably should take that picture of myself right off here, but you remember your rights begin, or your rights end where my rights begin. Why should I have to my rights be infringed upon so you can be comfortable, or that you can have what you want and sacrifice my rights? It's really not a good formula. And you understand where those on the other side of the aisle, those with an opposing viewpoint, when you come out and you so vociferously battle for the right of women to kill their own children, when you battle for this, right? And you say in the argument, it's because a woman has the right to choose, and it's my body, my choice. And that's your primary argument, right? Over and over again. My body, my choice, you say. And then it comes down to the vaccine, and my body, my choice doesn't matter anymore. Nope. No, that only counts when we think it should count. It doesn't count in every single scenario. Don't be silly. It only counts when we think it should count. I mean, do you understand how much credibility someone loses when when they have that kind of duplicity, when it's open like that? I mean, think about it. What is it? What do you think? I mean, come on, just use your sense. Use your common sense. It's preposterous. See if there's anything else here that's worth. Wow. There's a lot of stuff coming out. Here's another one. They didn't even see this until now either. Hot Mike catches Israeli health minister admitting that vaccine passports are about coercion. Unaware that his comments are being broadcast live. I haven't heard the comments. But, I mean, does that surprise anyone? Do you really think it's about health? Folks, do you understand if this pandemic was as bad as they claimed that it was? There would be people falling dead in the street. The homeless population would be decimated. The homeless population would be decimated. The homeless population, they don't exercise, they don't eat well, they don't have good medical care typically. They don't practice very good hygiene. They'd be dropping like flies. If there was a serious medical emergency in this country, the homeless would be dying. They're not. You know who is? Vaccinated people. A lot of them. A lot of them are. Again, I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. I don't give anybody advice on how to do anything about as far as medical is concerned. I do, however, stand strong and firm on people's personal choice to do what they want to do without being coerced by the government or anybody else. You don't want to take the vaccine? Don't take it. If you do, then take it. And the people that are vaccinated, that are crying about the people that are not vaccinated, if you're already protected, why do you care? Don't you get it? It's there's no sense. There's no common sense. It doesn't make sense. And when people can't make sense out of things, they reject it typically. All right. Let's see here. There's nothing really on any more to look on that. So let's move over to the Federalist here. And again, we're just looking at these things the first time with you. Angels from the Sky, how Americans are rescuing the people Biden left behind in Afghanistan. What a travesty. Media Matters, electroengineering against Larry Elder broke the IRS rules. Now, there's already been reports here. Not sure if you're familiar with Larry Elder. He's running over there in California against Gavin Newsom. So reports are already that people are showing up to vote, and their ballots have already been cast. Apparently, they voted already. So if you think they're just going to stop the voting fraud because we know about it, they're not. Because they have nothing else. They would never have won. You don't understand how pervasive it is, folks. I mean, have you been following it? I've said this on the broadcast here year, 2, 3 years ago. I submit to you. Now, and the reason I say this is because we uncovered the voter fraud. Actually, we had Chris Cortlander on the broadcast. We uncovered the voter fraud on the Crow Reservation. We had the canceled checks where they paid tribal members to vote, $40 per vote. I had said back then we broke that story here. We actually didn't break the story. Chris Cortlander did. We had him on here, and we had some investigations into the tribe and battle harvesting and whatnot. So when we covered that story here on Montana Daily Gazette, I said then, if the truth would be known, I would suppose that the Democrats haven't won an election in 20 years, perhaps, if it wasn't for the cheating. Now, are we going to find that out? Maybe. Don't know. But it doesn't matter. They don't stop. They just don't stop. They have no other way to win. Do you understand? Most of Americans don't follow their values. Most Americans don't follow the left. The reason that they have such a big influence is the media. That's why. It's propaganda. It's lies. It's misinformation. It's disinformation. It's purposefully put out. Right? We know this. We know this. We should know this. Media's lack of pro-life representation reveals class and cultural bias and distorts the debate. Don't know. I don't know, Marvel. I don't watch it. Not really much going on here in the Federalist. Let's pop over to Mike Adams over here at Natural News. Cha-ching, Big Pharma. Now, if you're not familiar with Mike Adams over there at Natural News, I really suggest you go bookmark that website. Mike's got it going on. He and I used to do a show together some years back called The Health Revolt. I want to say it was like 3 or 4 years ago, maybe. I don't remember. Mike's a great guy, highly respected, and his website is good, naturalnews.com. Let's check it out. Cha-ching, Big Pharma now developing a seasonal 2-in-1 vaccine for COVID influenza, indicating obvious plan for never-ending spike protein injections. That's right. Never-ending spike protein injections. We know this is the point, right? This is not the point of your health. Is not the reason for all this. This is not for your health. you have to know this by now, right? This is a depopulation agenda. I know that's radical, and it's a radical thing to get up here on the news and tell you that this is a depopulation agenda, and the people that are running things right now in this country want to kill you, and this is their plan to do so, and they're carrying it out. You can call me crazy and conspiracy theorist, and whatever. It doesn't matter. I've been called everything. I've been called everything by people that you can't even believe. It doesn't matter to me. I don't really care what you say. The fact of the matter is, this is a depopulation agenda, and they're trying to kill you and I. That's what they're trying to do. And they are hopefully very bad at it. Thankfully, humans are hard to kill. We're pretty resilient. But we do have our limits. This spike protein stuff here, apparently this is going to go crazy when flu season hits again. And I hope all these people that are on there saying that are wrong. I really do. But hack of the British gun registration database proves again why Americans should never agree to one. Now, you remember that? Isn't that funny? Where people, remember that a couple years ago? They went out and published the list of all the people that were gun owners in one town. I forget what town it was. But I think they came back and then published the list of all the people that were not gun owners. So which one would you be more afraid of a criminal getting a hold of? The list that shows that you're a gun owner, or the list that shows you're not a gun owner? Figure it out, folks. Use your head. They're gonna if there's B&E crooks out there, if there's people that do that sort of thing, what they're going to be doing, of course, is they are going to be hitting the houses that are not armed. When you list the houses that are not armed, that don't have firearms, what you're doing, you're basically opening the door for these people to break in and take what they got. And I'm not encouraging that at all. But don't be a ninny, right? Don't try to call people out for their guns and publish them on a list. I mean, why do you care? Live your life. Don't you got shit to worry about? Pardon my language. Do you have stuff to worry about? Other stuff to worry about? All right. This is a big one. British Army to punish troops who refuse coronavirus vaccination. They're going to punish troops. Well, they're going to try to punish troops here in America too. Humans are no match for artificial intelligence. It's not even close. Yeah, because we're pretty much dumbed down. That's why. We're dumbed down. We are a dumbed down population, generally speaking. I just got a text back from a message back from the support at the Wirecast. So after the show here, I'll connect back up with them. Hopefully we can get that worked out. What Finger News is another place I visit fairly regularly to check out what's going on. It's like the new Drudge Report if you haven't checked it out before. It's got a lot of good stuff. Got a lot of good stuff on it. A lot of got good links, and I would suggest you bookmark this. Fast 2-minute clip. The steal is on. California Republicans not being allowed to vote. Democrats fixed California race. So I can't even play videos here with this thing here without having my my board working properly. I can't even really play videos, and I got to figure out why I'm getting that feedback. It's bad. It's like really bad, and I don't understand why that's occurring. But right now it's not the time to figure it out. I will figure it out eventually. But I don't like having that. I don't like not being able to play videos and things like that. But oh well, life goes on. Okay. Again, we're just trying to get this stuff set up here, so I'm not too bummed out. If the show was live and we're on, AM and FM, yeah, I'd be pretty bummed. Okay, let's go over to Gateway Pundit here. California man arrested near U.S. Capitol with bayonet and a machete in his pickup truck. Okay, all right. I mean, I don't think it's illegal to have a bayonet and a machete. I don't know. Did he have intent? I mean, did he have the address of somewhere written down on a piece of paper? Or, I mean, again, has he committed a crime? Did he harm anybody? And we've talked about this before, plenty of times. Of course, the masks come off when the cameras go off. They drop the masks and the cameras off. Don't be ridiculous. Capitol fence going back up again. I mean, these people. Larry Elder will win the California recall, but he will lose a rigged election, just like Trump. Yeah, he's probably right. It's probably going to be it's probably going to be rigged. It's going to be rigged. The election is going to be rigged, and it's going to be stolen. And that's just the way that it is. Now, getting back to California man arrested near U.S. Capitol with bayonet and machete in a pickup truck. Okay, so if you just get down to basics, folks, you really why would you be arrested? It's like pre-crime. Okay, you haven't committed a crime. When you haven't committed a crime, but you're going to be arrested because you have a machete. Now, if he's charging the gates and trying to hack the gates open or something like that with a machete, different story. But unless you like harm a person or damage property, you haven't really committed no crime. I mean, a crime is when you violate someone's personal liberties, you violate their rights, right? If you violate their constitutional rights, you commit a crime. Even for example, and I've talked about this before, even getting pulled over for a traffic ticket. So you speed. So you're going 60 in a 45, and you get pulled over, and a cop writes you up a ticket, and you got to pay a fine. Let me ask you a question: who have you harmed? Where's the victim? They're giving you a $40 ticket for what? Well, because you drove too fast. According to whom? According to the consensus of the folks? Okay. But have I committed a crime? Have I harmed anyone? Have I damaged anyone's property? Have I violated anyone's rights? Specifically, can you point to a person? Can you point to an individual Looks like I hit that mute button on accident. Fantastic speaker, fantastic person, and we're delighted to have him here. So I hope that mute button hasn't been off for very long. I'm sure someone would have mentioned something if it was. So we're delighted to have him in town. Please check out what's going on. I'm going to work on, we're going to end the show now. I'm going to work on getting this audio and stuff worked out so we can do proper phone calls and whatnot. I'll be broadcasting live tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be live tomorrow from JD Hall's event. Probably not. Probably won't be live. We could go live if you wanted to. We may do that. I don't know though. But if not, it'll be taped and we'll bring it up when I'll publish it when the time comes. Let's see here. Am I getting a message that no? All right. Okay, folks. We appreciate you looking in here on the broadcast. Thanks for working along with me here as I'm trying to figure out this stuff. You can see kind of the new set here in the background. This is not really. I'm not really in wherever this is, New York or wherever. Of course, I'm still here in Kalispell in the studio. But you're probably very familiar with the wonders of green screens. It's pretty cool. And when this all gets done, it's going to be really sweet. You're going to be able to have guests next door over there in a nice environment as well. So we're looking forward to having that all done. I just got to fix this audio first and figure out what's going on with that. So appreciate you looking in. Thanks so much. This is Montana Gazette Radio. I'm your host, James White, MontanaGazetteRadio.com. MontanaGazetteRadio.com. And you'll be able to see the old, matter of fact, this show is broadcast live on MontanaGazetteRadio.com. Every show is broadcast live there. So we're going to be working on doing some openings. As I said, we got some voiceovers. Some of them are pretty cool. From what I'm understanding, I haven't had a chance to review them yet. Been trying to get this other stuff fixed up here, but we're going to continue to plug forward, folks. We may actually just be broadcasting like this for now until I can get everything going, just to kind of keep out there and keep in the news. But we're going to go back to the drawing board here and try to figure out. I got a message from the people at Wirecast, so we'll see what they have to say. Again, thanks so much for looking in. This is James White. Please support us at MontanaGazetteRadio.com, MontanaGazetteRadio.com, and come out and support JD Hall. Thanks so much for looking in. Until next time, this is James White from Montana Gazette Radio, saying bye now.